Hey everybody, it is your Priestess Jade back with another video. So it is here the last day of September. So my plan for today's session is for us to do a reading for October. So this is going to happen in two different ways. So we're going to start with the Mythic Tarot deck and see what we have in store for October. And then we're going to pull the astrological cards. We're going to pull 3 to see which star signs, which astrological signs are going to be the most impacted by these energies. So if you'd like to know what's going to happen in October, then continue watching. So let us get involved. So I'd like us to just take a deep breath for a moment and just really get present into the space. Just taking a deep breath of potential and then releasing anything that doesn't serve us. So this is actually our last video with Persephone. So Persephone, the Grecian goddess of the underworld, has been with us all month, and don't worry, she will be back on the channel as I am a dedicated priestess of Persephone. So I'm a sister of Avalon and a priestess of the goddess, but my chosen goddess, shall we say, is Persephone. So of course we had to start with her, and we will of course be working with her in the future. But we have a really, really great goddess coming up in October that I cannot wait to share with you next week. But let us get into the October reading. We're going to take 4 cards. So just laying them out now. Wow. Okay, mostly reversed cards, love it. Means a big change in perception happening over October. So this is to represent each week of October. So we're going to start with the first week of October. So starting from tomorrow, or whenever you're watching this, basically, if we're still in the first week of October, you will be hit by these energies, which is the Hierophant in reverse. Awesome energies. I love this because the Hierophant in the upright position, all about traditions, all about religion, all about maintaining the status quo. So think of that as you're flipping it and reversing it. It's a rebellious card. It is going against the grain. It is releasing and letting fall everything that is tradition, anything that was taught to you by your family, peers, friends, teachers, media, this political system, anything from your childhood and beyond. Love that. I've got my tongue twisted. This is about self-expression as well. And I like this kind of returning to light down in the bottom of this card. There's like this pointing towards the light because this is a cave. This is really dark. And that's the thing about traditions. That's the thing about going along with the status quo, is that it doesn't matter who it hurts and it doesn't matter what's going on. As long as you're obeying, as long as you are subservient and submissive, that's all that matters. But when you flip that energy and you reverse it, it's you self-expressing. My goodness, I really am tongue-tied today. Self-expressing, being fully with yourself, being fully with who you are, breaking away from traditions that no longer suit you, breaking away from family and culture and politics, religion, and being authentically yourself. So this is a re-meeting of your inner self. Wow. That's awesome, because the Hierophant in reverse energy is also kind of like a novice. They're excitable, they're interested by life, they're not burdened down by a bunch of people saying, you can do this, you can't do that, you should be doing this, you must be doing that. And instead, you are really rooting into what is yours and what's meant to be for you. So awesome energy, I love this. So that's the first week of October, a lot about breaking free of any chains, any binds that traditions and other people have put on you. Awesome. Because autumn is like fall, I always see it like things falling away. We imagine that emotionally and spiritually it's things falling like leaves onto the floor. So it seems like tradition is going to be the first step of that. Okay, so looking at the second week of October, we've got the Two of Swords in reverse. Could it be more magical, mystical? No, it really couldn't, because Two of Swords in the upright position is confusion and not knowing which way to go. It's being stuck and stagnating at a crossroads. So the two, again, you flip it, you reverse it, like the reverse energy. It's being diligently straightforward and knowing exactly what pathway to go. It's having full clarity, full purpose. It's manifesting what you need to get there. It's knowing, well, yeah, the Hierophant in reverse is like knowing who you are, and the Two of Swords in reverse is like getting to that place. Wow. I love it, because you'll see from the imagery of Two of Swords, it's like putting your hands over your ears and going, I don't want to listen to all this conflict anymore. I don't want to listen to everybody else's arguments. I don't want to get myself involved. And guess what? You don't have to. The Two of Swords in reverse is going, you know the pathway out and you know the pathway somewhere better, and they're both one in the same. Your path to self-care, your path to health, your path to wealth, your path to love, whatever it is you're manifesting, is all one path. It's all one straightforward journey, at least for that week. We all know that Spirit likes to take us on winding long journeys, but sometimes they go, we really need to get you from A to B as soon as humanly possible. And that is what the second week of October is going to be like. It's like quick, boom, 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 right from A to B to where you need to be, basically. So awesome energies. I love it. And then it couldn't even really be better if I planned it. The third week is the Three of Swords in reverse. So we're actually taking a journey here, which is amazing. Swords are all about mindset, anything to do with the mind and air. So both of these are big mindset shifts. So if we see the Two of Swords in reverse energy being like, we get clarity, we've got a beacon, like a siren song, we go one specific way. The Three of Swords is what's slightly beyond that. So the Three of Swords in the upright position is the card of heartbreak. It's the card of betrayal. It's the card of someone stabbing you in the heart from multiple directions. Yet if you flip it and reverse it, what is it? It's moving forward from betrayal. It's moving forward from grief. So it's not saying that energy isn't present within you, because we have all been heartbroken and in grief and betrayed and had to self-abandon for people at some point in our lives. And we still carry those wounds very deeply, especially those who had this really, really early in their childhood, when they had absolutely no way of protecting themselves. All of that trauma, there is finally just an ease and a flow and a calm to that, because there's a slight change in the perspective and mindset. I'm going to be real, it's not an overnight miracle. That feeling's still going to be there, but it is an easing and a peace, a kindness, a compassion, a calmness in that sense. And it's overcoming. That's really what the opposite of that card is. So instead of seeing it like it's just happening and we're reacting to it, instead we are actively going, right, these arrows, like, what was it? Boromir from Lord of the Rings, these arrows have been in our front and our backs for a long, long time. And we're going, right, time to get them out. It is time for us to push through this and to overcome that form of energy. And it comes with a nice mindset shift as well. Because of that wounding, that grief, that fear, we close our hearts. The people who naturally were very much wear your heart on your sleeve kind of people when you were young, but then got hurt and you couldn't do that anymore, there's almost like a little glint or a glisten back there again, where you can actually start trusting in your own heart again. You can start loving in the way that you want to. You can start being the way that you want to be, which is just, oh, it's just awesome. I love it. I love this energy so, so much. So that's going to be the third week of October. And then last but certainly not least, the last week of October, we have the Page of Swords in the upright position. Love it. So pages are all about childlike wonder. They're novices, they are children in the deck. So you think about a child who is unburdened, free, they are hopeful, they're inquisitive, they're curious, they're interested in life. And you put that with swords, which is mindset. Well, what does that mean? Having a curious and hopeful mindset, thinking about what's next, being inquisitive, being interested. You know, the kids that were really interested in science or chemistry, the kids that were super into dinosaurs or really into art, loved history, whatever it was, that passion has somehow got lost when we mature. It happens to us all, unfortunately, but it is a re-meeting and a co-mingling back with this really creative, interested energy. And I love it because he's floating on a cloud. He's breathing new life into the world. He's so interested. Well, he is in the page, but it doesn't matter what gender you are. This is universal. But he as the page is really interested in what's next, really interested in how do we progress in life? What's our legacy? What's our purpose here? What's going on out there in the world that's really interesting and intrigues me? By the end of October, which is of course Halloween week, or when we have Hallows Eve, or we have Samhain in the Celtic tradition, this is when the veils to the other worlds are very, very thin. We see spirit a lot. We get a lot of interesting, magical, dreamlike instances. And this merges perfectly with the Page of Swords because it's diving into that energy. No fear, just curious about it, interested to see what magic comes up for us and what we can get out of it and how we can be resourced by it. So this is a really beautiful journey because it makes a lot of sense. To be able to really understand our inner magic, we have to start with letting go of what other people tell us magic is. Religion, parents, teachers, whoever it is, who's told us what is right and what is wrong. It kind of goes against that curious, inquisitive, finding it out along the way kind of energy, because someone is there telling you this is what you do, this is what you don't do. It makes this energy fade, and that is why as children we lose that sense of magic. Is that Hierophant energy comes in and goes, you don't deserve to be here anymore. So unraveling this, it makes a lot of sense because we're unraveling the traditions, we are getting closer to ourselves. We are having that clarity with the Two of Swords in reverse. We are honouring ourselves in our path and the grief and overcoming that. And because we have a weightlessness in our heart, that curiosity then comes back as the final gift of October. Wow, awesome. So this video isn't way too long. Let's jump right into who is going to be impacted by this the most. Okay, so we have fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Interesting. Okay, that's awesome. So fire signs are going to be hit by this energy quite a lot. So whether you are Aries, whether you are Leo, whether you're Sagittarius, and this is your sun and your moon. So if it's your sun, you'll probably be hit by the gifts of this a lot more. If it's in your moon, you might be hit by the shadow of it a little bit more. Let's see. Okay, this is just saying all of them. This has just got a wheel to say that it represents all of the star signs. So this is going to be quite universal. It's going to hit those with fire deeply in their chart, but it's also going to hit everyone a little bit. Okay, Spirit, let's get one more to see if there's anyone specific. Okay, so it's saying the position of Mars in your chart is going to help to show you how you can express your anger and what gets you all fired up. So I'm going to link Cafe Astrology, not sponsored, who is a great free birth chart creator. Have a look where Mars is in your chart, and I bet you those who have it in a fire sign, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, it's going to rile you up a lot this month. But that's also going to come with a lot of peace, and by the end of the month, yes, you might be riled up, but it brings that point of passion and brings a lot of love and a lot of hope into your life. So October is looking awesome. Maybe a little bit difficult in places, especially in the 3rd week, but the 4th week, it's like breath of fresh air, creative energy coming in. And watch out for that really rebellious spirit coming out in week 1, because obviously depending on how rebellious we are or what we think about rebellion, it can be a two-way sword. We can either really love that fiery energy or be really scared of it. So just take care of yourself in whatever way that means to you. So I've been Priestess Jade, and thank you so much. I'm going to tell you who we're working with next month. We're going to be working with the goddess Ellen of the Ways. She is an incredible archetype who is kind of a mixture and a merging of a lot of different Scandinavian and Celtic type goddesses. She is an antlered reindeer goddess of the wild lands. And because, of course, fall is very wild, brambly, all about foraging, she has come in to say, I really want to work with you, and I really want to help to get you to the pathway that you need to be before the depth of winter starts hitting in. So I am a new channel, so anything that you could do to like and subscribe, share it to people, turn on the notification bell, comment below anything that you learned from this reading or how it went from you, I would really deeply appreciate it. And I look forward to seeing you next week, where we're going to be doing a healing over clarity, which makes a lot of sense for Ellen of the Ways. So tune in middle of next week, Thursday, and you will receive a wonderful healing from Ellen of the Ways. But until next time, I've been Priestess Jade. Lots of love from my heart and my hearth to yours. Blessed be, and take care.